Okay. Today we're going to try to do several different drawings. We're going to do problem 217, 220, 221, and probably 219. And all of these you have done before. They're not that hard, especially on CAD. I'm going to start with a new drawing. I tried to do this video yesterday on the web version, and the motions is so jerky. It's hard to click on points. Um, it just didn't work very well on CAD and recording at the same time. So I'm going to do this on my computer version of CAD. I'm going to use the AutoCAD template open. That is the plain Jane that doesn't have anything on it, and we are going to create us some layers in this to start with. We go to the layer properties up here, click on layer properties, and this will open up. Up here at the top, where you see the sheets with the one with the little gold star by it, click on the one with the gold star, which is a new layer. When you click on new layer, this pops up. We're going to call our first layer object. And we're going to leave it white, and it's going to be a continuous line, but we're going to change the thickness of our line. An object line is a fairly thick line, so we're going to make it 5 millimeter, which is the size of your lead, the pencil you've been using. Okay. And let's make one more layer for this demo. And this next layer we're going to make is a center layer. And we're going to make it green, so it's different. And green is the most commonly used color for a center line. It is not a continuous line, and when you click on that, you have no choices here, so we have to load our choices. And if you'll scroll down, they're in alphabetical order to center 2, OK, and choose center 2, OK, and now it's the center 2 layer, line type. Our line weight, our center lines are not supposed to be as thick, so let's make it half as thick as our object layer, which would be 0.25. OK, and we can close this. Now, we are still in the default layer of 0 or O. Let's change it to our object layer when we start. All right, the first one we're going to draw, problem 217, which is this one up here at the top, has a 4 1/4 inch line, and it's an equilateral triangles. And I'm going to show you two different ways. First of all, I am going to hide this. Down here at the bottom, there's a symbol down here that's for ortho or orthogonal mode. It restricts your lines to being vertical or horizontal. So I turned that on, and I'm going to show you on this line. It will not let me go no way, any direction but vertically or horizontally. I cannot go in a diagonal direction. So I'm going to draw line 4.25, and I'm going to turn the ortho back off because it works better if you do that. I started in that direction, so my angle will be at 4.25 at an angle of 120, and C for close. Now, up here at the top on the Modify tab, we have Offset. And Offset makes a parallel line, or if you're using circles, it makes a circle at a certain distance away from what your specified object is. So we click on that, and the first thing it asks me on my line down here, or what you see on the screen by my cursor, is what do you want to use for an offset distance. So we want to use 0.25, and I'm going to offset this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to now trim, and if I right click, I select everything. If I don't, I am if I right click, I select everything. If I don't, I have to, like if I just start clicking now, it will trim whatever that I come across that is extending past something else. And you see how you can trim. All right, let's escape out of that. Yeah, I could keep trimming and trim these like they're supposed to. Now let me show you the easier way to draw this one. I'm going to go with a polygon, and I'm going to start over here at the side. I'm going to turn ortho back on, and I'm going to come back to the left, and I'm going to put in a 60-degree angle this time, 4.25. That's how long I want that, and turn ortho off, and I'm going to go at 4.25, an angle of, which is the less than sign, 60, enter, and C for close, enter. See how these act as individual lines on one that I drew previous? This one is all one object. So now I can go to offset, 0.25, enter, and that one's complete. All right, let's go back to our drawing. Let's draw this one. And it has a 3-inch diameter, and all the smaller circles are 1.5. So we're still in our object layer. We're going to draw a circle, and right now we're in the radius. So I'm going to click and drag out till it's a radius of 1.5. I'm going to use a 2-point circle, and here on my object snaps, I have center and quadrant turned on. If I use a 2-point circle, you see the little diamond here at the top above my cursor? That is a quadrant. That is a center. So I click on my quadrant and a center, and I have one circle made, a quadrant and a center, a quadrant and a center, and quadrant and center. Now, for my last circle, I'm going to use a center layer, and I'm going to go back to I just use the center diameter, pick my center here, and it will have a 1.5 radius. That one is done. All right, let's go to the next one. The next one is problem 221, and it has a 3-inch diameter, a 2.5-inch diameter, and a 1.5-inch diameter. So we're going to go with a 3-inch diameter first. 3, enter, and I'll go back and change my layer. And I can change the layer on this by clicking here and changing it here, or if I click on it here, I can change it here. Either place I can change my layer. Let's see, I had a 3-inch, a 2.5, 2.5, and I have another one that is 1.5. 1.5. And our little small circle, let's use a 2-point circle to do it. I click on this quadrant and that quadrant, and I have that circle made. Let's go ahead and show you a couple more things. Let's change our layer to center. If I come here to annotate and center mark, if I click on this, it puts my center mark on there. On the little small circle, all I'm really wanting is don't want the extensions on it. All I want is the center mark on it. So I'm going to click on that, and it tells me here what the extensions are measuring. Do I want to show the extensions? No. So now that one looks like it wanted. Let's also add our center mark for our big circle, and that one looks like I want it. But I only have one of these little circles. So let's go back to our home tab, and here is rectangular array. If you hit the down arrow beside it, it's polar array. I'm going to click on my circle and my center mark and right click or enter. I'll pick the center here, and I'm going to close the array. Well, before I close it, let me show you. The default is 6. If I wanted that 7, I could have put 7 in there. I could put 5 in there. I could put 3. But what we actually wanting is 6, and I'm going to close it. And that drawing is finished. Let's go to the last one that we're going to do today, which is problem 219. And we're going to use a 3-inch diameter circle, and we'll change that back to our object layer. Let's move this over a little further. Now, if y'all remember when we were drawing the hexagons, if you put your point of your compass here and your lead here, we could draw a hexagon by working our way around this by doing that. So I'm going to trim that off, and I'm going to draw me another circle starting here and coming to here, and work my way around doing that. And I'm going to go back and trim. And put my center lines in by doing a center mark. But I'm going to change my layer, go to annotate, center mark, and click on my outside circle. And that drawing is finished.